All right, so now let's figure out what we mean by empathy. As a first attempt, we'll call it the ability to tune in to others. And we're going to break that up into two separate capacities: the ability to understand other people, what they're doing, and why they might be doing something, and then also feeling what another person might be feeling. So we're going to separate those systems because we see there are people with various dysfunctions and deficits that may have the ability to understand but lack the ability to feel somebody else's emotion, and vice versa. So empathy then we're going to characterize as having two components: an understanding component and a feeling component. The mirror neuron system, we'll see how that might play a role in both of these parts of empathy. Now down here we have a picture of a brain. It's like the left surface of the brain, like you saw before. And this person whose brain that is there is involved in this interaction here. So actually the brain is the brain of the blue person, and the blue person is watching the red person pick up the cup, right? So the visual cortex of the blue person's brain is processing that visual stimulus. The hand is reaching for the cup. Now the dark region here is understood to be the visual input to the mirror neuron system. So this is visual processing, just basically what's going on. What am I seeing? The blue person is seeing the hand reach for the cup. The two lighter gray regions here are part of the mirror neuron system. And without getting too complicated here, let's just compare sort of the frontal mirror neuron system and what it is thought to be computing, and just compare it to what the back part of the brain, the visual area of the brain, is computing. The front part, the idea is, of the brain is the mirror system helps us compute what the reason behind the action might be, the intention. So the blue person understands that you, the red person, want to take a sip of coffee. Now, in other words, the result of seeing the person reach for the cup is an understanding of the intention behind that action. And part of the way this would work, in the way researchers explain this, is that when we see somebody reaching for the cup, it's going to activate the very same motor programs that we would have used to reach the cup. And that helps us then understand what it is that they would be trying to do, because we have reached for cups in the past, and we have an understanding of what we were doing when we reached for cups, right? So what the mirror system is doing is linking the perceptual system that's just computing what's happening here, hand reaching for cup, and it's generating an understanding, a deeper understanding of why the person is doing that. In a sense, this to say that I understand that you want to take a sip, that's a desire, and it's an intended movement, and we can't see desires or intentions. These are mental states that we think that people have and that drive behavior. And so the mirror system is helping us understand other people's actions through using our own motor system for the same action that we've done in the past. We see somebody reaching for the cup, we activate that same kind of motor system in us, and that helps us understand what the person is doing. So mirror neuron system in this first phase of our study here is going to be useful for understanding actions. That's the understanding part that we spoke of before. Of course, the mirror neurons were discovered, and you saw this in film, were discovered in monkeys. And the simple task, they were recording from motor neurons in the frontal part of the brain, that inferior frontal lobe. And the monkey would reach for a ball or a peanut or whatever, and the cells in the monkey's brain in the motor area would respond. Surprisingly then, right, when the monkey was just sitting there watching and a researcher picked up the very same peanut, that same motor neuron became active. And that suggested that it wasn't just a motor neuron, it had perceptual properties as well, and that's what we're calling mirror neurons. Here we see again the monkey, a certain part of the brain, the mirror neuron system is activated when the monkey performs the action of reaching, grab the banana, but also if the monkey's just observing another person reach for the banana. Right, so the mirror neurons are helping the monkey understand another's action. Here we see another sort of wiring diagram of the brain. The perceptual systems would be in the back. We have two populations of mirror neurons that are going to link the perceptual systems in the back with the motor systems in the front. So in a sense, the back portion of the mirror neurons are interpreting whatever it is you're seeing. It's giving it a motor meaning because it's linking that visual processing with the front part of the brain that has the motor areas for actions that we've done. And so these frontal mirror neurons are part of the system that represents goals or intentions. So we can figure out what people are doing when they're behaving just by watching them, because we have a set of stored motor programs that we used in the past when we were doing things too. So the mirror neuron system helps us understand the actions of other individuals.